Yo, welcome to PTA Sports. I am your host, Pest the Analyst, and today we got to hear from our head coach, Joe Judge. And man, he had a lot of things to talk about today, man. The reporters had tons of questions for him. He talked for about 30 minutes. Now, I'm not going to go into each individual thing. All right, this is kind of just a quick overview of the press conference, because I'm going to take a lot of these topics, man, and I'm going to talk about them individually so I can give them the attention that they need. Because, man, there's a lot of real good information that came out of this press conference. The first thing that I want to focus on, though, man, is when Joe Judge talks, man, I find myself just like sitting there listening, like I stop everything that I'm doing and I just listen, and it's. That's a quality that you need in a head coach, man. Like a guy that when he talks, you give him your undivided attention, man. You just kind of focus in and you just digest the information that he's giving you, man. And I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I don't know the reason, but for some reason, man, anytime I see this dude on TV or anytime I see a video of this dude, I stop. I just stop. And hopefully, man, he has that same effect on the players. Hopefully he has the same effect on his coaching staff. Because as I said, man, that's very important. So just to kind of like go over some of the stuff that he talked about, because like I said, man, it was like 30 minutes. Reporters had tons of questions. He touched on quite a few important things. The first thing that he really touched on, man, was just kind of the development between the players and the coaches. According to him, right, based on the situation and based on the way that they had to do this offseason, the development between the coaches and the players, it seems to be going well so far. Obviously, they've had to do a bunch of Zoom calls, and this is kind of the first time that people are together face to face. But as it stands, things are looking good. Touched on the whole situation with COVID and what their plans are and what they're going to do. One of the quotes that he said, man, that I kind of nodded my head to was that, you got to make sacrifices and you can't be selfish, especially when it comes to, the things that you're doing, the way you're handling the situation, interaction with people, man. You got to make sacrifices and you can't be selfish, man. You got to make sure that, you're not getting other people sick. You got to make sure that those people aren't doing the same things, being reckless and getting people sick. So that was a really good point. He talked about the inter squad scrimmages and games, man. Obviously, we don't have a preseason. We're not gonna have preseason games, so you've got to figure out how you could simulate the reps, the experience. And all the things that are going to happen that would have happened if you had a preseason. So, that's interesting. We're going to touch on that a little bit too, man. I want to talk about scrimmages. Obviously, Marcus Golden is going to sign with the Giants. He just has to continue to go through the process. He's got to do his physicals, got his COVID test back, got to make sure everything is good, and then he'll sign the contract. So that's what it's looking like. We'll see what happens with that. Talked a little bit about Evan Ingram. Y'all know how I feel about Evan Ingram, man. He's got to stay healthy. As it stands right now, he's working, he's doing his training, doing his rehab, working with the team. So we'll see what happens with that, man. I really just hope that I really hope that this dude is able to play a full season. Touched on Baker's situation, and when it stands with like Baker, according to Joe Judge, hey, he's not on the 9-man roster. He's going to let the league deal with that. So listen, that's what it is, man. Right now he's on that that commissioner's exempt list. He's not on the team technically. So until this whole thing is done and then the league decides what they're going to do, Giants are kind of handcuffed, you know what I'm saying? So, that's the answer I expect. Like, hey, he's not on the team right now. We can't do nothing about it. So there's that. When it came to Rosas, and him being cut, his opinion was, hey, we have to make the moves that were best for the team. Apparently cutting Rosas was best for the team. Probably the distraction of it. Probably some stuff that Rosas has got to do, as a punishment to the crimes he was convicted of. I don't know. I don't know what all that information is. So, maybe that was going to prevent him from being able to give the team his full focus. And it was just like, hey, you can't be here if that's the case. The way Joe Judge talked, man, we may have more than just the current kicker that we just signed, man. We may get a couple other guys in here, test them out, see what they can do. I mean, like, that's typically what happens. You have 2, 3, maybe 4 kickers, throughout the course of your training camp, and you see, hey, who's the best one, and you go from there. So that's kind of not surprising. He talked a little bit about the situation with Nate Solder and him opting out. He said that, hey, listen, we support Nate Solder, we support his decision. We know his situation, we know what's going on with him, and hey, he made the decision he felt was best for his family, and they respect it. Cool. I feel kind of the same way about that. He also briefly said that there's no indications that anybody else is going to opt out. So I think we got a couple more days. I think the deadline is sometime next week. I have to actually look at the specific date. So we'll see. We'll see if anybody else opts out. Obviously, Nate Solder opting out opens up a little bit more money. Joe Judge is saying that, like, listen, we understand that we got a little extra cap space. It's not burning a hole in our pocket. We just going, just kind of figure out, how this thing's going to go, and we'll see if we can bring people in, or we'll see what's going to happen with that. So, hey, no news on that. We don't know. Everybody's still talking about some of these bigger names that are, free agents and going after these people. I mean, I don't know, man. It doesn't, Joe Judge ain't going to tell us if that's what he's going to do anyway. So we're going to have to just sit on that and wait and see. Like I said, there was a lot of information here, man, a whole lot of information. I really want to do like a little bit of deep dives into some of the topics that he talked about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a series of videos, man, breaking down some of the stuff that he talked about in his press conference. But as I said, man, I just wanted to give you guys a real quick rundown of some of the stuff that he talked about, because I didn't even hit all of the big topics, man. These are just some of the things that like really stuck out to me that I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's kind of some things that was on on my mind, and those might have been some questions that I might have asked. So check it out, y'all. I appreciate y'all, coming and listening to me talk. If you have not gone and listened to Joe Judge's presser, it is on the Giants website. You can go there and you can watch it. They also have a transcript of it, so if you ain't got time to watch it, you can read it. I highly suggest you go check it out, man. It's very informative, a lot of good information in it. I hope everybody is taking care of each other. I hope everybody is safe, man. And, hey, do me a favor, y'all. Like, subscribe, share, go to other people's channel, tell them PTA Sports sent you. And, I'll get up with you guys later, man. Deuces.